I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass. And I'm all out of bubblegum.
What's up, everybody? Claymore here. And as you guys can see in the thumbnail, we're going to be talking about Lin Wood. Is he a nut, or is this just one major disinformation campaign he's doing on Twitter? Well, let's think about it really quick. What's the crazy stuff that Lin Wood is saying? Oh, by the way, I meant to release this video today, but I'm going to release it tomorrow morning. I know I said in the previous video I was going to do that, but I'm going to release it tomorrow morning instead. Back to Lin Wood. Let's think about this. Lin Wood is a defamation attorney, and he's got several lawsuits in Georgia right now. Now, why is this guy saying all this crazy stuff on Twitter? Is it true? I don't know. Okay, I'm not going to accuse the Chief Justice of the Supreme Court, John Roberts, even though I think he's a swamp creature. I'm not going to accuse him of unmentionables. Okay, it's just not who I am. I'm not going to do that. Lin Wood, on the other hand, is a defamation attorney. He can get away with that. All right. Now, Lin Wood got Nicholas Salmon millions of dollars. All right. Now, I think that Twitter, it's just my personal thinking, that Twitter is allowing him to continue to say crazy stuff because they know that if Lin Wood is suspended from Twitter, he could sue him. All right. Now, I'm going to weave this into one more little thing. I got in trouble for saying talking a little bit. I don't even know if it was the executive order, the DNI report, or anything like that. I'm just going to say that the executive order that was signed back in 2018 also pertains to tech companies. Now, right now, the word is that the executive order was actually signed by Barack Obama at the end of his second term, and that Trump just strengthened it. I'll mention that there in the description box, exactly what it is. But I don't know YouTube's terms on this the actual wording of this. I'm going to try to be a little more evasive on that one. But apparently the tech companies can be sued. So that's probably the real reason why you want Section 230 repealed. That's probably, like I said, that's probably the reason why Trump wants Section 230 repealed, so that way you can even the playing field between the tech companies and the mainstream media and all that stuff there, because, well, I'll do another video on Section 230 at a later date, but back to Lin Wood. I think that the reason why they're doing that is that, number one, they may be asking themselves, what does he know? What is he talking about? Or number two, they very, very simply know that if this executive order is signed, and let's just say Trump does get reelected. By the way, really quick, I have somebody in the comment section is going to say, get over it, this, that, and the other. That's cool. I get it. If Joe Biden is sworn in as president, obviously he's president. So not really anything you can do about it. And as a conservative, obviously I would prefer Trump. Okay, but it is what it is. I'm just talking about the situation, what's going on, giving my thoughts and my feelings on exactly what's happening. But Lin Wood, like I said before, if his account is suspended, he can sue. Well, if Twitter and big tech companies are in on this, like we believe they are, like we kind of know they are, they would stand to lose a lot of money. So what happens if they get sued and Lin Wood says, look, they took away my rights too. They attacked my right to free speech, and he goes in there and sues them as well. That was millions of dollars that Lin Wood got out of CNN that they're going to have to pay for years to Nicholas Salmon. What if Kyle Rittenhouse gets off, and let's just say he sues the state of Wisconsin? That's a lot of money being lost. So maybe that right there is the real reason why Twitter's allowing Lin Wood to say all this crazy stuff, because deep down inside they're scared to death of him. Or it could be the fact that they want to know what he knows. I doubt they want to know what he knows. I personally think that they're looking at the situation, they're shaking in their boots, and they're saying to themselves, this guy's talking all kinds of crazy stuff, and he's getting people to jump. He's getting people to drink Kool-Aid, this, that, and the other. You know, saying stuff like, I wouldn't give them my vote. I personally think that right there is designed to get Loeffler and Perdue on board with supporting President Trump. That's what I think that really and truly is. The sooner those two senators step up and say we support him, the easier it is for them to get elected. You see what I'm saying? Now, speaking of that, to stop the steal, people, I understand what you're doing, and I agree with most of what you're doing. But these two senators in Georgia, if they don't get elected, you're going to have a socialist agenda crammed right down your throat. All right? It's going to be crammed right down your throat. So if you're in Georgia, you're going to want to go out there and go vote for them. I highly suggest you do. Even though you don't like them, you should do it. Now, to go on top of that, if Donald Trump, let's just say Joe Biden takes the oath of office, okay, and you got Kamala Harris comes in or whatever, if you don't have those two senators, they're going to go after your guns. They're going to go after your speech. It's going to be harder for you to get messages out. It's going to be harder for you to communicate. It's going to be harder. You know, everything's just going to get a lot worse. Okay, if you think this is bad, wait till she comes into office with the liberal Senate. Okay, you heard about what happened in New York, right? How they've got this executive order to be passed legislation where they can lock people up on the suspicion of being sick. Come on, people, this is crazy. It's authoritarian rule. Now, should Trump get reelected, and this is what you guys, the Stop the Steal movement, Ali Alexander, all you guys need to understand, is that should he get reelected on January the 6th or beyond, because it looks like there's a provision that extends the inauguration out, but I'm not going to mention that. I don't really know. I'm going to try to put that stuff in the description box and try to get you more research on that at a later date, because that's how they used to do it back in the 19th century. But then again, they had to travel on wagons and stuff like that there too, so it took a lot longer for people to get to Washington, D.C. when a guy got elected president. But even if Trump was to get reelected, you're going to need those two senators to get stuff done, okay? That's where you guys need to pump the brakes, all right? Because let's just say he gets reelected. Romney's going to obstruct him. Collins is going to obstruct him. Murkowski's going to obstruct him for 2 years. You're not going to get anything done. Now, granted, we all know Lisa Murkowski's going to get primary by Sarah Palin, and she's going to lose. Still, you can't get anything done if you don't have those two senators. And if you don't have those two senators and they've got a very, very left-wing Senate, we're going to have problems, serious problems. Guys, it's Claymore. If you like my content, please hit the like button. Please subscribe. Got any thoughts, concerns? If you got anything on me to do a video on at a later date, please leave it in the comment section. Please be kind. Please be professional when you comment. I had some crazy woman in my last video call me a liar and say I was a detriment to the country and all that BS. Trump derangement syndrome. Woman got triggered. I don't know where it is. I'll see you guys later.
Now hold on. You ain't the first son of a bitch to wake up out of their dream.